David lived in a small, run-down apartment located in a crowded part of the city, a stark contrast to the vibrant life outside his walls. His daily existence was a relentless struggle, filled with the harsh realities of unemployment and financial instability. Despite putting in countless hours of job hunting, he found himself repeatedly facing rejection. This constant cycle of disappointment became his norm. His nights were particularly challenging. The quiet of his apartment was often disturbed by his restless thoughts. He lay awake, imagining a future where his circumstances were different, where he was no longer weighed down by poverty. The emotional burden was immense, and while his financial struggles were a heavy load to bear, it was the repeated rejection from women he admired that cut deepest. Each rejection, whether it was from a casual acquaintance or someone he had genuine feelings for, chipped away at his self-esteem. These rejections, filled with words that seemed to confirm his worst fears, left him feeling dejected and insignificant. Among these, the rejection by Sarah was particularly crushing, leaving a lasting impact on his self-worth. Sarah was a figure of admiration in their social circle, known not just for her physical beauty but also for her captivating charisma. She was the type of person who commanded attention wherever she went, effortlessly drawing people into her orbit. David, on the other hand, felt like a mere spectator in her world. He had always admired her from afar, his feelings growing stronger with time. When he finally decided to approach her, it was with a heart full of hope and vulnerability. His courage to confess his feelings was met with Sarah's dismissive attitude. Her response was delivered with an air of superiority, making it clear that she saw herself as being far above David's reach. "David, you're not really my type," she said, her words dripping with condescension. "You're just not a spec. I'm looking for someone who can keep up with me." The way she spoke, with such disregard, left David feeling humiliated and emotionally battered. Her words were more than just a rejection, they were a painful reminder of his perceived inadequacies and a severe blow to his already fragile self-esteem. After the painful encounter with Sarah, David found himself at a crossroads. Instead of succumbing to despair, he chose to use his pain as a powerful source of motivation. He immersed himself in hard work, taking on various odd jobs and exploring every possible avenue to improve his situation. His life became a whirlwind of effort and perseverance as he pushed through his challenges. Each rejection and discouragement fueled his determination to change his circumstances. He began to educate himself, learning new skills and gaining knowledge that would help him in his quest for success. Slowly, but surely, opportunities began to present themselves. His relentless efforts bore fruit as he ventured into entrepreneurship, starting his own business. With dedication and savvy, his business began to flourish, transforming his life from one of struggle to one of success. David's financial situation improved dramatically. He moved into a luxurious apartment, bought a sleek car, and started enjoying the benefits of his hard-earned success. His rise from poverty to affluence was a testament to his resilience and drive. As David's success grew, so did his reputation. The transformation from a struggling individual to a successful businessman became a topic of widespread discussion. One evening, David attended a high-profile event, an affair that was a far cry from the small apartment he once lived in. The room was filled with influential figures and elegant attendees, but David's attention was drawn to a familiar face, Sarah. She was still as enchanting as ever, dressed in an exquisite gown that highlighted her beauty. This time, David noticed her approach with a mixture of curiosity and amusement. Sarah's demeanor was noticeably different. She exuded a charm and warmth that contrasted sharply with her previous attitude. "David, I've heard so much about your success," she said, her voice now laced with admiration. "I always knew you had potential. Maybe we could catch up sometime." Her words were a stark reversal from her earlier dismissal. She was clearly trying to rekindle some form of connection, hoping to capitalize on David's newfound status. Standing before Sarah, David felt a sense of accomplishment and confidence that he had never experienced before. He had transformed from a man burdened by rejection to someone who commanded respect and admiration. His response to Sarah was measured and firm, a reflection of his journey from self-doubt to self-assuredness. "Sarah," he began, his tone calm yet resolute, "I appreciate the gesture, but I've moved on. I'm no longer interested in someone who couldn't see my worth back then. I have a higher taste now, and I'm focused on more meaningful relationships." His words were not just a dismissal but a declaration of his growth and his new standards. Sarah's expression shifted from one of charm to one of surprise and disappointment. She had hoped to reconnect, but David's response made it clear that he had surpassed the person he once was. His newfound confidence and standards were a reflection of his personal journey and the success he had achieved. David's reaction to Sarah was more than a simple rebuttal, it was a statement of his personal evolution. The rejection he had once endured had served as a catalyst for his growth, pushing him to achieve greatness and find his self-worth. His interaction with Sarah was a reminder of his journey, a journey that took him from being dismissed and overlooked to becoming someone of considerable value and achievement. David had learned that true self-worth is not determined by the opinions of others but by one's own perseverance and growth. His success and newfound self-respect were a testament to his resilience and hard work. He continued to build on his achievements, focusing on nurturing meaningful relationships and enjoying the fruits of his labor. David's story was a powerful example of how adversity and rejection can be transformed into powerful motivators for personal and professional success. Ultimately, David's story was one of profound triumph and self-discovery. The pain of rejection had been a powerful force driving him to overcome obstacles and achieve his dreams. His success was not just a reflection of his financial gains but also a testament to the strength of his character and his ability to rise above challenges. David's journey from being labeled as "not a speck" to becoming a man of high standards was a powerful narrative of redemption and self-worth. His experience served as a reminder that one's true value is defined by their ability to persevere and grow, not by the judgments of others. David embraced his future with optimism and purpose, leaving behind the hurtful words of the past and celebrating the success he had achieved. His story was a beacon of hope and inspiration, demonstrating that with determination and resilience, one can overcome rejection and achieve greatness.